Well, the graduation parade's over and I'm upset. I was literally one of the last people. I was way further away from most people. There were more cars in front of me than there were in the back of me. That parade was a joke to me. If I were a lot further, I probably would have enjoyed it more, but whatever. On to the rant about my graduation ceremony and a little more other things.
Last night, I've been in a parade and wasn't like I even wanted. But that's not even the most of my worries. That is the least of my worries. If you're not from my school, then allow me to explain this. My school has decided to do graduation on Friday, but unlike last year because of the pandemic where they would have it at the school or something, they decided to bring it back where they would decide to have the graduation in another state. Like in a town 15 miles north of where I'm at, in Evansville. And I don't think this is a good idea because, just to have a graduation ceremony because apparently all of us students, at least in our class alone, including the parents, cannot fit somewhere here. And I just don't think that's right because, what happened last year where it didn't do so well other than the pandemic to the point where they had to bring that back? That's why I decided I'm not going there. Because, let's face it, from what I heard, you're not even going to get your diploma there anyway. All you do is see a couple people and others there. Apparently, according to my grandma, her neighbor's granddaughter, who was about my age, was a few cars behind. Well, I wouldn't have noticed it anyway. I was just not happy, though. Because, why would I? There are more cars in front of me than there were in the back of me. Not to mention, one of the people I told that I was last, when we moved a little further away, one of them laughed behind my back. I know they weren't probably meaning to make fun of me or something, but to me, when they laughed at me or something like that, that was uncalled for. Because I thought that person, that woman I think she was making fun of me because she laughed because I said I was one of the last people. Which, that's not that far from a stretch, in my opinion, because if you saw the whole parade and you would have noticed me, it would have taken a long time because I was literally at the last half of the whole parade. Because there would be more cars in front of me than there were in the back. I'm not saying I should have been first or anything, I just should have been a lot further, and that's ridiculous because we didn't get a good parking spot. And it's one of these you get what you get type shit. So back to what I mean to say on graduation. I am not going to go on Friday. Pure and simple because it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. Even if I knew how to drive, why would I want to go 15 miles, if not longer, north, just so I can go to another state or whatever, to get just a fake piece of paper saying I graduated or whatever, and to say, oh, I've done something for once. It's stupid, because I live in Northwest Kentucky, in Hendo, and I deserve to get my diploma or something here, which is a good thing. I'm going to get sent here. But, yes, like I said, I would rather get my diploma and everything, or have my ceremony and everything here. So it's a good thing that after the parade, I got to spend some time with my friend Casey, and we were hanging out, so that was awesome. I really liked that. That was a good thing. If there were some positive things I could say about the parade, I did get to wear my cap and gown. I did get to be in the trunk of my dad's truck, which I would have wanted something better, but I didn't know if I had to be in the trunk or whatever, because I thought it was illegal in some cases, but it's not for a parade. And I got to see some people I knew from school, and maybe my family members, but they just weren't enough to make me happy. I felt so miserable during that parade. You won't even believe it. Some of you would have killed to even be there regardless, or even be in my spot, and I know. I'm sorry if I feel like I've acted so spoiled and everything. But I just didn't think I would have enjoyed it that well if staying at my spot, because if I would have been a little bit further, like I say 10 or 15 cars further, I don't know if that would have made a difference, but I just think things would have gone a lot better for me during the parade. So, enough about the parade. I'm just going to talk more about graduation. And other than what I already had to say about graduation, let's talk about school real quick, because you saw it in the beginning, where it'd be also school rant. I think this was one of the worst years ever of school in all the years I've been to. I think it's only been the third worst year so far, next to 8th grade and 6th grade, with 6th grade being the worst school year I've ever had in my life. And I'm going to probably make a video on 6th grade and why that year was the worst. But it's not about that. I'm going to rant about the last year in some cases and why it sucks. So you could say this is a response to a video I've watched from, you know, Emperor Lemon, where he talked about his senior year as high school. I tried searching that up and I can't find the video anymore. So yeah, for what I know, that video's long gone. I can't find it. But if it's unlisted or something, please give me the link and I'll put the link to that video in the description below. Because I want to give him credit for inspiration. I really do. Even if it's not considered one of his best videos in his opinion. But I thought I liked it. It was a good video. And I've watched it even before I was in high school. I thought it was a good video. He should be happy that his senior year was nowhere near as bad as my senior year. At least he never had a senior year during the pandemic. So his must have not felt that bad in comparison to my year. Let me tell you about how my year started. I'm sure you remember the video called My Last Day of Summer Vacation, which was around how my last day ended. Just a normal rant. I had to call out how stupid it was, even with or without school, that they were planning on opening it with all of us wearing masks, but they also decided to cancel it anyway, which neither of them was that good because I had to do online class. And we only went back into school for 1 week, then they canceled it, then we got back for 2 weeks, canceled it again, then we were off for like 2 months, and then we had to do online class. And you know one of the reasons why we had to do it other than the pandemic? Yeah, guess who it is? Guess the person who is responsible for everything. It's not a senator. It's not the politician you would also think of. It's not any other people in the education system. Give up? Alright, if you haven't guessed already, it's the governor of my state, who I call asshole bitch hair. I'll just call him Governor Bitch Hair. That's what I'm going to say, because I don't need to give the satisfaction of me saying his name anymore. So, Governor Bitch Hair decided to cancel school in fear of the pandemic 3 fucking times over that shit. All I gotta ask is, why did he even think of opening school in the first place if he really thought it was that bad of a concern? Really? Because not only did he did that, but 2 weeks during, we were off of school for snow, he decided to force all of us to do online class. It's not just the counties that decided to choose virtual learning or whatever for snow days, but they made it where all of us had to do school on snow days, and that made me the most angry. I have sent a letter to him. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I have sent a letter to this incompetent governor about why he needs to listen to us students and why the kind of stuff he's doing where he's making us do school on snow days is unfair. And I gave him reasons why. Did he respond to what I have to say? Hell no, he didn't respond to what I had to say. I hate overprotective liberals like this one. I'm sure other political parties have the same stuff, but in my opinion, and this is debatable, go debate in the comments, you supporters of bitch hair, because I think he is the worst governor ever of my state so far. He is like the worst so far. And I'm going to give more reasons as to why. And it's not just because of education or the pandemic. You remember the case of Breonna Taylor, who was an EMT who got shot down by police? You want to know what they did with that case? What they decided to do was that no officers was charged in the death of Breonna Taylor. And Bitch Hair did nothing about it. Governor Bitch Hair did nothing about that. He decided to just give it to the Attorney General. He barely did anything about it. And there was mainly injustice. The only good thing that Governor Bitch Hair did about this was he signed a bill that would have no knock warrants, meaning cops can't come in if they don't have a warrant or anything to prevent stuff like this. What made me real mad about this is it only took a year for this law to be passed. Probably the only good thing, but does that make up for all the other bad shit I don't like him for? Hell no. I still don't like him. So guess what? This is my message to you people who are watching this video. If you're not happy with what happened with the Breonna Taylor case or anything else related to this, and you're tired of our governor and everything else, then vote for someone else next election in 2023, but do not be a sheep voter. What you should do is do some research on both the candidates. If you want, you cannot vote at all, but you should just try voting for somebody else. But take my advice and do some research and everything. Don't vote like sheep. Voting like sheep is you don't research anything about the candidates outside of news or political ads. You don't research any of the stuff that's true, and you just based everything based on what you hear from the media or the news and political ads. So, yes, please take my advice on that. And the last thing I want to say is, what really pissed me off even close to that, if not more, about my last school year, they forced me to go on virtual a few weeks after they made all of us go back to school. And because of that, since they had to cancel this event all the time, because of the pandemic and all the other crap that Governor Bitch Hair all did, and man, I'm sick of it. I am sick of having to mention something related to him, because this is how much he pisses me off because of stuff like that. Because we would have had this in November, but since they forced me to go on virtual, and I mean like virtual learning academy or whatever, which is so much different from actual school, just going on Google Classroom or whatever. They made me do something else, and I didn't know why. I did not choose that in any way. And I don't know why they put me on Virtual Learning Academy in the first place, where they had to make me do all this other stuff that had nothing to do with what I was doing at school, and it was seriously hard that you can barely even figure that out. I didn't even know why. Not even my grandma or dad knew why. So when I told Dad about it not too long after, he was able to put me back into school. But now it was already ruined, because I couldn't even go into this Mr. Colonel event. So all I'm asking for this is I want the respect I deserve. I want to be respected, because the fact that because of garbage like the Virtual Learning Academy, I wasn't able to get the respect I deserve or be able to do a Mr. Colonel, where I could do talents such as do this, and what are you doing, Doc? Like something like that, like impressions, like my Bugs Bunny impression, for example. I know you guys like that. But yeah, I couldn't do anything like that because the event already happened. And I am not going to accept whoever is Mr. Colonel. I demand a rematch, and pretty soon I hope to have like a contest with who has the best talents and everything. I'm not going to let this go, because I signed up for that and I deserve the respect that I want. So yes, whoever won Mr. Colonel, if you know me, or if you're watching this, maybe you got sent here by your friends who probably know someone who knows me, then please, if you could accept my challenge, that would be awesome. I would love to have a good contest, try some exercises or whatever other things I could be able to do and help with my talents. And we'll have any judges at the end prove who's the real winner. Yeah, that's all. But still, I am not happy about any of that crap. And also, this is something you should do when you're in the next election if you can vote. Tell Governor Bitch Hair, fuck you, we don't need your ass anymore, and we are voting you out. You know, don't be afraid to say that. I'm not saying you should say it in his face, but with that vote, that would tell him, you know, fuck you, we don't need you, get out of the governor's mansion. So, yes. I hope for a fact that Governor Bitch Hair does not get elected again for a second term, because if he does, I'm more than likely not coming back to this state for a while. I'm definitely moving out for real. Which I hope by next year, by the time I'm 19 or a bit later, I hope to move out of my parents' house. Anyways, that was all for this video. This has been Brick, and I'm out.